You're just a wallet. My stepdaughter laughed when I thought I was family. My real dad is better than you. So I stopped paying for everything. The day she needed rent money, her real dad disappeared, and she came to my door in tears. Hello, Reddit I plus here. I never expected my stepdaughter to call me dad. I knew that wasn't something you could demand. Trust takes time, especially when a child already has a biological father, even if he barely shows up. What I did expect was basic respect. Instead, after 12 years of raising her, I found out I was nothing more than an ATM. Now she's crying because the man she called her real father disappeared the moment she actually needed him. I'm not sure if I should feel guilty or if this is simply the consequence of choices everyone warned her about. For context, I'm 46. My wife Melissa is 44. Her daughter Brianna is now 22. When Melissa and I met, Brianna was 10 years old. Her biological father, Leonard, had already been in and out of prison twice for fraud and unpaid child support. He had this unbelievable talent for making promises he never intended to keep. Every birthday, he'd promise a vacation. Every Christmas, he'd promise expensive gifts. Every school year, he'd swear he was finally getting his life together. He never delivered. Meanwhile, I was the one packing lunches, helping with homework, sitting through dance recitals, paying for braces, replacing broken phones, and staying awake all night whenever she got sick. I never asked her to replace her father. I just wanted to be someone she could count on. For years, I believed she appreciated it. Looking back, I think I only saw what I wanted to see. Whenever I tried to discipline her, she'd snap. "You're not my dad." Whenever I reminded her to clean her room. "Stop acting like you're my father." Whenever I gave advice about boys, school, or money. My real dad wouldn't lecture me. Funny thing was, her real dad wasn't around to lecture anybody. Melissa always defended her. "She's confused. She's still healing. Don't take it personally. It's just a phase." That phase somehow lasted 12 years. As Brianna got older, the disrespect only became more polished. She stopped yelling. Instead, she'd smile while saying things designed to hurt. "You wouldn't understand. My real family does things differently. You only think you know me." Each comment chipped away at me. Still, I kept paying. Private school, summer camps, her first car, insurance, college savings, even a credit card for emergencies. I convinced myself love meant sacrifice. Then everything changed because I came home early one Tuesday afternoon. I wasn't supposed to be there. A meeting had been canceled. As I walked past Brianna's bedroom, I heard her laughing with 3 friends. One of them asked, "So your stepdad is paying for your apartment after graduation?" Brianna laughed so hard she nearly choked. "Obviously." Another friend asked, "Doesn't he expect anything back?" Her answer hit me like a truck. "He thinks we're family." Everyone burst into laughter. Then she said the sentence I'll never forget. "He's basically just a wallet with legs." More laughter. "My real dad is way cooler." Someone pointed out that Leonard never paid for anything. She shrugged. "Whatever. Blood is blood." Then she added something even worse. "The second I'm financially independent, I'm cutting my stepdad off completely. No calls, no visits, nothing." Silence, then applause. Actual applause. I stood outside that door completely frozen. After everything I'd done, that was who I was, a wallet. Nothing more. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell. I walked downstairs. Melissa was folding laundry. I calmly repeated every word I'd heard. She went pale. For several seconds, she didn't speak. Finally, she whispered, "She didn't mean it." I looked straight at her. "Then what exactly did she mean?" "Nothing. Just silence." That's when something clicked. She wasn't shocked because Brianna said it. She was shocked because I'd finally heard it. Over the next week, I started replaying our entire marriage. Every vacation had come from my account. Every school expense, every emergency, every birthday. Whenever I suggested Brianna get a summer job, Melissa always had a reason why she shouldn't. "She needs to focus on school." When I suggested community college to save money. "No, she deserves the best." When I asked Brianna to contribute toward gas after driving my SUV everywhere. "Why are you keeping score?" Somehow, I was always selfish whenever I stopped spending. So I made one decision. I wasn't leaving my marriage. I wasn't filing for divorce. I simply closed my wallet, quietly. No dramatic speeches, no ultimatums. I canceled the emergency credit card. I transferred the college fund into an account only I controlled. I stopped sending her spending money when she wanted a designer handbag. No. Concert tickets. No. Spring break trip. No. She was stunned. A week later, she stormed into my office. "What's your problem?" "No problem." "You've barely given me any money this month." I smiled politely. "I figured your real dad would help." Her face twisted. "He doesn't have money." I shrugged. "I thought blood was blood." She stared at me before slamming the door. Melissa accused me of being petty. I told her I was simply respecting Brianna's own words. Apparently, I wasn't family. Families help each other. Wallets make payments. If I wasn't family, then I certainly wasn't a wallet anymore. For nearly 6 months, Brianna barely spoke to me. She complained constantly. She had to get her first job at a coffee shop. She hated every second of it. She complained about standing all day. She complained about customers. She complained about taxes. I almost laughed. Welcome to adulthood. Then graduation arrived. She had already signed a lease on a luxury apartment with 2 friends. She assumed I'd cover the security deposit and the first year's rent. She never asked. She just assumed. When the landlord requested payment, she texted me. No rush, but the deposit is due Friday. I replied with 4 words. I'm not paying it. 5 minutes later, she called. She thought I was joking. I wasn't. So what am I supposed to do? I don't know, she exploded. You can't do this to me. I thought your father would help. She hung up. The next day, she called Leonard. I know because Melissa accidentally admitted it. Apparently, he promised to send the money. He never did. Then he stopped answering altogether. His phone went straight to voicemail. His social media vanished. He'd apparently moved in with another girlfriend several states away. Just like that, he disappeared again. 3 days later, there was a knock at my office door. Brianna walked in. Her eyes were red. She looked exhausted. For the first time in over a decade, she wasn't angry. She looked scared. Quietly, she said, "Can we talk?" I nodded. She sat down. "I messed up." I stayed silent. "My dad won't answer." Still silent. I thought he'd help." She started crying. Real tears. Not the dramatic kind. The defeated kind. Then she looked at me. "I don't have enough money. My friends are furious. The landlord is threatening legal action." I simply listened. Finally, she whispered, "Please, I need your help." The room stayed quiet for several seconds. Then I asked the question I'd been holding onto for years. "When you called me a wallet, did you mean it?" She covered her face. "Yes." "When you told your friends you were cutting me out after graduation, did you mean that?" Another whisper. "Yes." I leaned back. "Then why are you here?" She couldn't answer, because we both already knew the truth. She wasn't looking for a father. She was looking for funding. For the first time in her life, money wasn't magically appearing. Reality had finally introduced itself. I looked at her for a long moment before speaking. "I'll help you exactly the way I'd help any other adult." She looked hopeful. "I'll teach you how to budget. I'll help you find a cheaper apartment. I'll introduce you to people hiring. I'll even help you negotiate with the landlord." Her shoulders relaxed. Then I finished. "But I'm not paying your bills." The hope disappeared instantly. She cried harder than before. Melissa later accused me of being heartless. I asked her one simple question. If Brianna had gotten that apartment using her biological father's money, would she have called me today? Melissa opened her mouth, then closed it. She couldn't answer because she knew the answer was no. Over the next year, something unexpected happened. Brianna kept working. She moved into a smaller apartment she could actually afford. She learned how to budget. She stopped buying designer clothes. She started calling before asking for advice instead of demanding money. One evening, she invited me to dinner. She paid. Halfway through the meal, she quietly said something I'd waited 12 years to hear. "I treated you horribly." I nodded. "You did." She looked down. "I thought being family meant people would always give me whatever I wanted." I smiled sadly. "No. It means they stay, even after you stop being useful." She cried again. This time I believed the tears. Our relationship isn't perfect. Maybe it never will be. She still calls Leonard every now and then. Most of the time he doesn't answer. But last Father's Day, she knocked on my front door holding nothing more than a handwritten card and my favorite cinnamon rolls from the little bakery near my office. Inside the card, she wrote one sentence. "Thank you for acting like a father even when I refused to act like a daughter." That card is worth more to me than every dollar I ever spent on her. Because respect earned through truth lasts a lot longer than love bought with money.